on the screen, though. It just says Metaverse Ed. It's okay. I see Chris Jackie. They hear voices.
Shh. No voices.
We don't want to
Oh, wait,
break
they
it.
can hear us, right? Yeah.
Okay, wait, let me write it
You
down.
can hear us? You can hear us, right?
I have one note left.
I went to the wedding as a wizard. You did. You came
were
to
there?
our
That was
wedding
great.
as a wizard.
Hey, everybody! We're here for ZOE game night.
Oh man, we are absolute children.
Right on time because we've invented a new daylight savings time here in Washington State, in Tacoma at Freight House Square only.
It's good.
We're actually starting 9 minutes early today.
The train
Yeah.
gets it.
You're welcome.
Trainee is here, our frequent guest at ZOE game night.
I thought we named him Steve Howard Smith Esquire.
Did we?
We spat so many
We
names.
spat a lot of names out.
Oh,
We
it's
heard you guys name
Rebecca.
him.
Okay.
Rebecca?
Rebecca.
Rebecca sounds like the air conditioner's name to me.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, but you know
It's a little bit of a basic name for a train.
Although we can say like God Becky every time it goes by.
Oh, that is good.
Yeah, no,
That's just painful.
yeah, I know.
Oh.
Were you with a Becky? Is that why that's painful?
No,
That's
I
why
don't
you
date
named
Becky's.
something like
Me
Victoria.
too, I have
just
the
so you
same
can call it
rule.
Vicky.
Yeah.
Ooh,
No
yeah.
Becky's, no Eileen's.
Word.
Come on, Eileen.
Nope.
Really?
Wait, what? I missed everything.
It was a bad pun that was beautiful.
It was really
I
bad.
missed everything. I missed everything.
Oh, it's probably for the best.
Hey, welcome to ZOE Game Night!
We're all here.
Yay.
We like Eileen's. We like Eileen's. If your name is Eileen, we like
Oh,
you.
no, it's not that I don't like Eileen's. I don't date Eileen's. There's a difference.
He's just not going to sleep with you.
Whoa, I never said that.
Okay.
Whoa,
Okay.
whoa,
He
whoa,
will
whoa,
sleep with
whoa.
you. So,
Don't put
Eileen,
words in his pants.
he will sleep with you. We've got this live on saved. Verbatim.
Somebody should write this
You are
down.
both out of focus and blurry on camera.
That's because
These are facts. That has nothing to do with the camera.
It's to make him look younger.
my
It's the
God.
Sybil Shepherd filter. We've got.
Mm.
that's right. You put that in your back pocket. That's right. You remember that.
Mhm.
You save that for later. Whip that out.
Oh boy. That's set a tone.
All right.
Apparently.
All right.
So we're going to be playing some Savage Worlds again tonight.
Yeah.
Woo!
We're going to be kicking off a 3-part mini-series we're doing based in the Savage Worlds rules set. A space western opera.
Ooh.
Yes, I am happy to have the sound back.
We're gonna be singing opera for this.
No, we will not be singing opera. It will be a space opera.
Oh.
I don't even
Like,
like to
I
do
only
musicals.
costume opera, I don't sing it.
Because everyone likes westerns, and everyone likes space, and everyone likes operas.
Space.
It's very cool.
We're going to start off our little story here, introducing one of our characters. It's,
Damn sheet.
Well, this is you.
That's me.
Hey. That
Young
means
man.
why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself over there, Mr. Doyle?
who are we? Oh, that's me. Okay. I am playing former Marshal Lord Primrose Pendleton, a former space marshal. He went and hunted down bad guys on other sides of other sectors. Has since retired forcibly. And is,
Forcibly retired.
yeah, and is on a he's medically retired, and he's on a mission.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it's not necessarily a secret mission, but I imagine it's somewhat story pertinent.
No, you are correct, sir. And our story is going to begin with our retired marshal. He's received some fairly bad news recently and has decided on a course of action with his life.
Time to go get some business done.
Business.
Right. And we are going to catch up with said marshal as he is landing in a city called Carradine in the Post system. Stopping by a place called Cain's, looking for a specific person.
Does the place have swinging saloon doors? Because I feel like that's important for the
Oh,
first
you know
act.
it has swinging saloon doors.
All right.
Always.
Now, Cain's is a special kind of place in the city of Carradine. There are a rather socioeconomic divide here, the wealthy and the not wealthy. And some of the activities the wealthy engage in for recreation can be a little intensive. And in this particular place, Cain's offers a wonderful service where the wealthy young gentleman can come in and put on exosuits of body armor and grab some slightly padded bludgeoning weapons and beat the holy hell out of nice big retired professional fighters and other people to make them feel like more of a man. It is in such a place that we are introduced to the second one of our characters. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Name's Lilac Jack. Came into the professional punching bag business after a bad run with some folks where I got implicated in some things I wasn't doing, even if I was doing some other things. And the old Marshall over here pulled me out of it. Now I own my life. That's it. That's all you get.
I like it. Now, you are scheduled today to deal with a group of 5 right out the gates. So at the present moment, you are icing yourself down, rubbing some of your extremities with some of that numbing cream ahead of time, wrapping up some of the spots that you know are a little tender from last week. And into the locker room doors comes a ghost from your past. And I will leave it to you two.
Marshall,
Jack?
I heard about 7 rumors you were dead.
Well, only 6 of them were true.
Sounds about right. I'm gonna guess you only found me because you're asking about a favor.
I'm here to collect.
What you want?
I'm going after Baxter.
Going after Baxter?
We're going after Baxter.
Of course you're going after Baxter. You got other crew members, I hope.
Well, Teddy's on the ship.
Teddy, how are they doing?
Yeah, well, you know, Teddy's Teddy. He eats everything in sight and
Yep.
fixes what he don't eat.
Yep.
Don't plan on coming back from this, so there's a stake in the ship if you are interested, but it's going to be dangerous.
I could use a ship. I guess maybe dying's better than getting my ass beat 7 ways. to
Lilac,
Sunday.
you're up!
Well, you want to book it or should I go deal with this first? Because I'll have a little spending money.
You handle your business. We'll need
All
to
right.
gear up before we go anyway.
Now, traditionally, Lilac Jack, when you step into the cube with these gentlemen, you tend to take it easy on them because they're paying some good money to beat the crap out of you, basically. And the customers don't tend to return to do it again if they get beat up and manhandled wearing the exosuits. However, in this very particular moment, I don't want to dictate terms to you, but you might be feeling a little bit different about the occupation in this exact moment.
Hey, Marshall,
Yeah,
you might want to watch this one. It's going to be good.
Jack, they're always good with you.
Yeah, but this one's going to be good for us.
You should bet on it.
I feel like it's gonna go
I'll
very
push my way
quickly.
out of the locker room.
I'll take 250 on the big one.
You're up first. There are 5 of these young gentlemen in their exosuits. They clearly have not been in a lot of fights and are relying on the fact that they're in augmented body armor and have
Right.
nice big heavy sticks with a little bit of padding on the outside to beat the crap out of your unarmed self with.
Of course. Minimizes the broken bones down to only about 50%. All right.
How are you going to start this off?
Are they in like
They're kind of scattered. They don't really seem to
Okay.
have an organization to them. You know,
Okay.
a lot of times these are like bachelor parties or birthday
Right.
parties or things like that, and they're half drunk when they come in or loaded on who knows what.
Hey, nerd! And I'm gonna point at the middle one. Hey!
He
You want-
freezes up.
You wanna swing at this? Come on.
With a few steps forward, he swings the bat overhead towards you and misses completely. A little bit short on gauging the distance there, not much of a fighter. Started the swing too soon, and it just kind of came close to your nose down the front.
That could have been a lot better. You gonna take the other ones, or is this back to me?
You do have the queen. You can choose
All
to
right.
go whenever.
I'm gonna do it. I'm going to try and toss this guy over to my left. Grab the pseudo bat as he's swinging down and just pull it while he's off his momentum.
Yeah.
All right, give me a fighting roll. Make sure to use your wild die.
Absolutely.
So many wild dice.
So many more. Wow. That's gonna be a 6.
A 6 is a success and beats his parry by quite a margin. You give me an unarmed damage roll, please, sir.
It's a lot.
Oh, I'm aware that it is.
It's gonna be 1 die 4 plus 1 die 8 plus 2 for good measure.
I love good measure.
That is looking like a 7.
7 total damage is going to be 1 over the toughness, including the exosuit's armor, putting him into a state of shaken and down on the ground.
Those exosuits suck.
Oh, they're not bad. I mean, that would have killed him without it.
I know.
The other 4 decide to take the momentary distraction and give a rush. They're a little worried that you might be taking this too seriously today.
Could be. That's
And one of
gross.
them gets a success with a raise,
All right.
whereas the other only gets a success that is not as high as your parry score. Now, that one with the raise isn't a raise because your parry score is an 8. I mean,
That's
they
right.
only beat it by 3. Not enough to get a raise, but enough to hit. And we're going to do 5 damage against your toughness,
It ain't gonna do nothing.
which is not even enough to bruise the skin of Lilac Jack. So let's grab these up and hit into the second round with an
Ooh.
ace of hearts against the Jack of spades. Leaving you again first.
All right. It's gonna be real funny, and I'm gonna grab the one who just swung at me, and I'm gonna throw him into the other one.
Well, you do have an attack that does that called Sweep on page 39. It
Oh, is there
detailed.
more than one within radius?
Oh, yes, there are
Oh,
4.
okay.
Trying to gang up bonus
That's
on
pretty
it.
good.
There's the documentation on it.
I have the. I took a look at it. I want to feign stumbling back with him hitting, so I'm within range of the one I tossed. Grab the instrument, and just wheel around and hit all of them at once.
All right, that will be a -2 penalty to your fighting attack, but it is against all adjacent targets.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Big nasty.
Big nasty.
That's gonna be a 7, so down to a 5 on the against
That
parry.
still beats their parry score. It's not enough for a raise, but it is enough to inflict normal damage. This is each rolled separately against them, however, whereas the
Oh,
single
okay.
attack roll is not. So against each of the 4, I need you to give me separate damage rolls.
What's the damage dice on the bludgeoning instrument?
It's a D6.
Okay, so that's die 6 plus die 8. That would not be improvised, but that doesn't matter. First one's gonna be 3, not much.
Not enough to get through the exo.
Second one's gonna be a 7.
Ooh, that is enough to beat it and get him down on the ground shaken as well.
Next one's gonna be an 8.
Also on the ground and shaken. And the last one.
Last is 4. That's looking pretty solid with another 8.
That is also on the ground shaken. The one remaining standing on his action makes a break for the door to try and get out of the cube.
Oh no, that ain't right.
Unfortunately, he does not have extraction, so this
I don't like
means a
that.
free attack at him. Now, this is also at a -2 because of the multi-action penalty.
Of course.
But it's still a fighting check you may make for free against a fleeing
Yeah.
opponent.
I'm gonna tackle him. Put his ass on the ground.
No, don't.
That's gonna be only a 3 versus parry. I think. Yes.
What's your total roll on that? 10?
That's a fighting
5.
check. So
that's a
gonna be
fighting check.
check.
That's a 5 or
Uh,
3 because
At
it's 3.
-2, it's a 3.
All right, you leap forward. He makes it to the door just shy of you and starts pulling on it, but it's still closed. It's going to take the attendant a second to get to the outside and open it up. They keep it sealed so that people can't just wander in who are watching the fight. So he's dropped his bat at this point and is shaking on the door handle, screeching and looking at you in terror. The other 4 are going to get spirit tests to see if they can get up.
They can do their best.
2 of them might make it.
Respectfully disagree, Alien Knitter. You can have blow without hookers, but you can't have hookers without blow.
Of the 4 of them,
I don't know about
2
that.
of them stir a little. One of them even gets himself halfway up before falling back to the ground again.
Doing his best.
8 of diamonds versus 2 of clubs.
That's me.
Now, before that attendant can get that door open and he can get out, you have your opportunity here. It's in this moment you can kind of see through the little like plexiglass of his helmet, and you recognize this guy as one of the guys that came in last week and gave you a pretty thorough walloping with his friends.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, boy. We'll give you a little trouble. And I'm gonna grab him and I'm gonna slam him against the door head first.
Oh,
I'm gonna help him through.
Yeah, I'm gonna help him through.
You're so kind.
I know. That's.
You can burn a Benny
oh
for a
my God,
reroll.
yes. I'm gonna do it.
That is significantly
It's gonna be
better.
5.
That is enough to beat his parry, and you slam him plexiglass helmet face first into the wall. Give me an unarmed damage roll and add 2 to it for hitting a solid object.
Hell yeah. Alright, so we're looking at 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
12 is enough to reach the wounded state instead of just the shaken state in his case. And he is not only completely unconscious, but there is some blood in the plexiglass, and you are certain that you have broken his nose as well.
That's fine.
I mean, he broke yours last week. It's just tip for
The
tat.
attendant throws open the door, and he is shouting stuff at you as you are walking back towards the locker room and grabbing a towel where the marshal is waiting.
I got this. Hey Terry, you wanna collect my tips? Thanks.
You want to
I
what?
don't get tips.
It
Tips.
sounds like clip my tits. That's what it sounded like. You want to clip my tits?
Wishful thinking much?
No.
I've got the throwing knife. Clip my own tips, thank you. Hey,
You go with the marshal back to his ship. It's dated, but it still flies. Interesting. It's not a federal ship. It's a private craft.
you off the force?
Yep. Retired.
Well, this just got a lot more interesting. You got any rum? I'm a little sore.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, I got a full bar. That doesn't mean drink all my liquor.
I ain't gonna drink all your liquor. I know a thing or 2 about hospitality, please. Calm down.
Mine Teddy.
Hi, Teddy.
Oh, I think everything's working fine down here. I might have eaten something. Maybe.
Eddie.
It's not important. At least not right now.
All right.
I can fix it.
I'm gonna go down and take a look. I'm gonna go get the rum first, and then I'm gonna go down and take a look.
Teddy will probably got it. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm gonna go down and take a look. I
All
go
right,
down and take a
we'll be
look.
taking off directly.
You can smell Teddy before you get down there and can see him. 3.5 feet tall, matted fur, reeks kind of garbage. In fact, the majority of the whole engineering section, if you could even call it that, is covered in garbage.
Why are you describing our cat?
There are like random nibbles and bites out of sections of the engineering bulkheads walls. I mean, the race Teddy comes from is notorious for their ability to consume anything. They do have a strong preference for living biologicals, but They have been known to. Oh, everyone claims to have eaten through the side of a ship to get to a meal, but
Right.
whether or not there's any truth to that or not.
Jesus Christ, Teddy, this smells worse than last time I saw you.
Wasn't expecting company.
What you knew I was gonna get picked up.
Don't have to come down here.
Of course I have to come down here, Teddy.
It's all working fine. It really is. And there's like some smoke coming from some different things, and wires pop and spark, and there's some things that just don't sound right down here, but the ship is fine.
All right. You have a good one, Teddy. I'll see you
Referring to him
later.
as a space goat.
You better change his name to Heck right now.
No X reserved for another day.
I have that name copyrighted.
This is Teddy Goatman.
Teddy Goatman.
Teddy Goatman.
It's Teddy Goatman.
Oh God.
This is gonna be a stroke.
Oh yeah.
Yes. And you set a course for your next system. The Cheney system is where you're headed next.
Aha.
There's someone you gotta meet there just outside of a town called Maddie Ross. She's probably not expecting you and probably doesn't want to see you.
Good.
For a few days, you travel through hyperspace before you reach the Cheney system and land in the spaceport of Maddie Ross. Cruising in an air car out towards the ranch, you can hear a gunshot as you draw near. Miss Tulip, you're on your ranch. Taking care of your livestock, doing what you do. You have had a lot of recent incursions lately dealing with these local predators, this six-legged little critters. Come running in, try and steal your livestock, eat them, run off in the night. And you've been set up waiting for them for 3 nights now. And they've come in to try and take some of your critters.
Again.
Bang,
Bang.
bang,
Bang.
bang.
You've got the 2 of clubs, and I have the 8 of diamonds. These 6-legged creatures lope forward, some of them leaping over the fence, moving towards your livestock, and closing the distance. What will you do, Miss Tulip?
Shoot them. Bang. Oh, right. I gotta roll.
I'm waiting. This is a game. There's dice. There's a rule system.
Shut your
No, no,
pie
no.
hole. Shut your pie.
I believe we're all in agreement here. She does it.
This isn't a radio drama.
Oh well, I'll take the 5.
The 5 is much better than
Yeah.
the 1. I
Yeah,
will definitely
take the
agree with
5.
that. A 5 is a success on a shooting test. Not enough for a raise, but it is enough to hit. Will you give me a damage roll?
Yeah.
And remember to add your wild die to your damage rolls.
Oh, okay.
9.
10, 12.
12 points is a massive amount of damage. That report is quite loud from your rather large rifle and takes the head clean off one of these 6-legged creatures.
Uh-huh.
As its head is removed from its body, 2 of them that are close to it scatter, but there's still another 4. On the second round, I have an ace of spades and you have the 8 of hearts. 2 of them head towards your livestock, attempting to snag a kill, and 2 of them advance menacingly towards yourself. The ones going after livestock, one of them is able to grab onto one of your livestock and take it to the ground. The vicious bite. The 2 coming in at you, one of them leaps upon you, its claws raking at you. And we will see if this overcomes your toughness. We're going to do a 4 damage, which is not enough to break your toughness and not enough to harm you.
Yeah.
Your long coat protects you from some of the claws, but you now have 1 behind you, 1 in front of you, as well as your livestock being threatened.
Yeah, well, since they're on me, I'm gonna shoot the one in front of me.
Which one?
Now, you may make multiple shooting tests, however, multi-action penalty of more than one action applies. So if you want
That's
to
fine,
shoot
I'll
twice,
shoot- I'm gonna
minus
shoot-
2 to
yeah.
both of them. 3 times, minus 4 to all 3.
Yeah, I'm just gonna shoot twice then, front and back.
All
of me.
right.
That's a 10.
First shot is
Oh,
a
no,
hit.
the net minus 2, so it'd be 8.
So an 8 is
For
a
the first
raise
shot?
for the shot in front.
And the one in the back is technically a 3, so no.
Not enough for them, but the one in front is a raise, so roll your normal damage, plus you get to add a d6 for the raise.
9.
Add a d6 for the raise?
I did.
Okay, 9 points is
rolled a
enough
1
to
on my
overcome
D6,
the
don't rub it in.
toughness, and not enough to reach wounded, but enough to reach shaken. So the creature is down, but not out. It is at this point that an air car pulls up, lights blazing beside your little livestock corral. And there are 2 individuals on board.
I need a few more of those.
Oh, how many you need over there?
Give me 2.
Sorry about that.
That's fine. I can keep all of these.
Okay.
I think you should.
All right, who is going
I'll
first?
take
So
a
the
bet.
9 of diamonds, unless someone is going to go before the 9 of diamonds.
I could take better one if you wanted, or somebody else could.
Yeah, I'm gonna give this to you. What do you got?
I got a 2 of hearts.
I'm gonna give this to you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna take this.
All right, so we'll get rid of the ones that you are not going
That's
to be
right.
using now.
Teddy at the stick.
Teddy's on the ship still.
No, is it this? Is he? Oh, he's on the ship. All right, we're in the car. So
In a little air car. Yeah.
who's driving?
I drive.
All right.
I did a little valet work.
Anybody got better than I see you do have better than
I got
Teddy.
a
So
queen.
the queen will be you first, Marshall.
We are not playing blackjack to determine initiative. It's how you determine initiative in this game.
Now, Savage
By
World uses
drawing
cards for initiative.
Just so you know.
Savage Worlds is real horny for gambling. I'm kind of into it.
Let's do it.
Super. All right. Well, can I hop out of the car and take a shot in the same
Absolutely.
round? It's gonna be too many things.
Well, you
So
will
what
take the
is-
multi-action penalty, but you won't take the additional multi-action penalty for drawing a weapon because you have the quick draw edge. So drawing a weapon is not
Excellent.
an
So
action.
I will hop out the car and attempt to shoot the one that is currently on.
And not only can you hop out of the car, because it's a movement, you can move up to your full pace as well as part of that same movement.
All right. Well, I'll see if I can put myself up next to something like, say, this car. I probably won't move far.
Okay.
Oh,
Give
but
me a shooting test for the shooting, and give me a -2 to it from a multi-action penalty.
Oh, sorry.
Let's see. So that'll be a 5.
A 5 is enough to hit, not enough for a raise, but it still hits. Give me a damage roll on these creatures. There are 3 targets that are viable currently.
No, the one that's currently on her.
The one
Okay, so the
behind
one
me, right?
behind. She
Yep.
shot the one in front.
Right over her shoulder. Just bang. Sorry.
Oh.
Bang.
That's beautiful, by the way. It's good. It's good art.
Oh,
Thank you.
you
should keep it.
Or
So,
I will. That's 12 with AP2.
Ooh. And it is
I love
down
it.
and wounded. That leaves 2 on my 9 initiative, unless somebody else has a higher score.
Nope.
Of those 2, the one that has of one of your livestock beats feet, hops the fence, and starts dashing off into the night. The second takes a leaping move towards another one of the livestock and misses completely, landing sprawled out, all 6 legs splayed out. Just total klutz, absolute failure. That's a double 1 on the. That's a critical
Oh.
failure. Our next up will be a 7.
Yep.
All right. How far is the one? How far away is the one that got the livestock?
Maybe 60, 70 feet. Not very far. It's barely started to run.
All right. Multi-action penalty. I'm gonna dash there, and then I'm gonna jump on it.
I sense a theme.
Pulling a Billy the Kid. I'm gonna
Yeah.
ride it. I'm gonna ride it.
All right. So 6 plus. That's a 5. So that'll get me.
That's 11.
That'll get me.
That'll get you 55 feet plus pace.
Yep, so that's going to be 55 plus pace of 6. So I'm gonna
85
get
total feet is more than enough to close that distance. Multi-action penalty of 2 on the physical attack.
That's pretty good.
Oversized six-legged coyotes, Hellcat. Oversized six-legged coyotes.
Everything I've ever wanted.
And
in a
it's a
friend.
job
that's
I'm
going to
completely
be
willing to share.
7 to hit.
7 to hit will do it. Give me an unarmed damage.
I sure will. That's pretty good.
Turning pink.
We are looking at 12 damage on this thing.
You kind of underestimate your speed, and as you impact and shoulder check it, you're pretty sure you broke the spine of this critter.
Oh, gee, I was going. That's kind of gross. Oh god, there's fluids everywhere.
There's one remaining, and it is on you. It's the one that critically failed and is splayed out less than 20 feet from your position. Oh, that 6 gets a roll again.
8.
8 is a success with a raise, so add another d6 to your typical damage.
2d6?
So add a
No, just
d6
one.
to whatever you do, yeah.
Yeah. So 19.
That is beyond wounded twice, but not quite enough to hit wounded 3 times. The creature is mortally wounded and bleeding out. And as quick as it began, that fight is over.
Yikes.
What up?
And your rescuer is none other than...
Marshal Lord Primrose Pendleton.
You can take your pretty little ass and get off my land.
Hey, I got your space pig. Your spig. I've just got it thrown over my shoulder.
Mrs. Blaylock,
Mr. Primrose,
how's the farm?
fine.
Good. Small talk's over then.
You want this little fella back? I'm gonna just put
I
it down.
told you I would not come back until I found a way
Good friend.
to get to that some bitch Elon Baxter. What killed your husband?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I got away. And I'm on my way to do it. I'm inviting you along because I promised I would. You ain't gotta come.
What's the plan?
To be decided depending on if we get everybody we need.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
So you have a plan, but it might not work.
Well, I gotta work with what I got.
I
And we're doing it now.
think that's most plans, really. Sorry, I'll shut up now.
Lie like Jake. Who's Mrs. Tulip Blaylock.
Mm-hmm.
Howdy.
Howdy. So you tell me you're gonna take down the son of a bitch and kill my husband.
No, I'm gonna kill him.
That's what take down means.
Well, it could mean I was going to arrest him. I didn't want to give you the idea that I was going to take him into the authorities to be dealt with in a court of law, when in fact I plan on just shooting him in the face.
It's good to know, and I figured because you didn't come in a regular ship. You came in your private ship.
It was a
That's
retirement present.
Congratulations on retiring.
Yeah, thanks.
Right. I always thought it was funny how you survived.
Hilarious. You coming?
Let me get the cattle all set up. You got 1 day
Well,
before I change my mind.
good. It's going to take us about 8 to get to the next spot, so maybe we'll have to come back.
You, are we going?
Let her round up her...
You got some neighbors who'll take care
I
of
was,
them.
alright, I was gonna offer to give a hand, but if that's...
Go ahead. Ain't nothing wrong
Nah.
with being helpful.
Thank you for your help, but I can handle it. But thank you.
I figured you could,
You've
but I
been tending this land more than a decade.
didn't know how.
No, I got it.
Alright.
Yeah.
And a short time later, we are back in space, traveling
Hey!
once again.
Hey!
I love these guys. This time headed
Cold
to a
shit.
small moon called Garner, where all kinds of gambling and illicit activity takes place.
Hooray!
Now down on Garner, we're gonna introduce ourselves to a particular character. Sitting in one of the saloons, enjoying spending someone else's ill-gotten money. Nice catch there, top choices. If you're playing along, you might find that there's a pattern to all that. You just won quite a bit of money. Once again, enough to keep you drunk for another week at least. Keep you in the hotels. But the guy you robbed at cards, Brett
It's not
James.
Robin, if you use all of
You
the
heard
skills
that. You heard he didn't take kindly to finding out about your gifts, and he's been looking for you. So when the door opens to the saloon, the man who comes through is not who you expect at all. He's in fact a ghost from your past. You've got a couple of people in tow with him. He's a man you never thought you'd see again.
Ah, shit. I thought I was done with you.
Yeah.
Promises made while drunk don't count.
Promises of any kind count. Miss Chance.
Since we're well acquainted, you can call me Marigold.
Then I will. Marigold.
What you doing here, Marshall?
Oh, I come to get you.
Why? You don't want me. I'm done.
I still need what you can do.
I've been kicking around lots of places. And I've survived fine on my own. Now, I appreciate what you did for me. But I'm comfy here.
You happy?
Chance, you no good son of a bitch! I'm gonna kill you!
Seems like you're doing well.
You don't always have to be happy.
Shots tear through the saloon door.
Damn it. Alright.
Oh, Jesus.
It's like we're helping again. Sorry, that sounded real piss and vinegary. I didn't mean it like that. It's been delightful to meet you.
Who's
Delightful.
that shooting?
And
Yes,
for the
despite-
record, tough choices, yes, Garner is in the Maverick system.
So we could have gone with misfortune. That was too obvious.
We got a theme.
Especially if I'm later.
Well, it has been just ducking, dodging bullets. It has been delightful despite your best efforts.
Right. Why do you keep talking? Bang! Not at you, I'm doing the gunfight. This is the scene in the movie where we talk through the whole gunfight.
Yeah, I get a little nervous around new people. I'm gonna be honest. Not very.
Who's
No.
shooting?
No, yes. Yes.
That'll do.
That'll do.
All right,
So
I've got
fucking
2
proud.
10s and a 2 on my side for different
What do we
initiatives.
got over here?
I got 5.
Remember, it goes reverse alphabetical if you have the same number.
I'm the last 10. With a
I'm giving
club.
you that queen.
All right, if he
Change
gives
that
you
up
a
for
card,
yourself.
trade your card back to me.
I'm giving you this 10 here.
Okay.
Man, we're all on 10.
Ooh, all 4 10s are out. Ooh, eerie.
All right, so
Space
who's got the
crimes.
highest over there?
I got a queen.
I got an ace.
Ace.
Yeah,
All right, so the ace is gonna go first.
So who's through the door?
No one's made it through yet, but
They're
you can
just-
hear the boot steps and a couple of people outside were firing shots to try, make sure the doorway was clear for their buddies to come through.
Want to kick over a table for cover?
You would expect they tend to
It's a
kick
good
in the
idea.
door, and you probably expect that they tend to come in and only find one person that they're here to shoot, not 4.
Aye.
The
Well,
advantage
it's-
might be in your court for this brief moment.
It's their lucky day.
Well, I'm gonna have to go ahead and just say hello through the door, just real quick, by shooting a hole right about,
Just little people. Just little people.
just see where they are.
We're going to treat it like you're shooting at a target with full cover, so you've got to beat your typical success number by 4 to hit them.
Okay.
So I need an 8 to succeed to hit a person. Otherwise, you only blow a hole through the saloon door.
Well, that doesn't sound so bad.
However, if you receive if you get an 8 or higher, you do hit the person. And with the AP of the weapon you're using, the door will not count as protection.
So much fun.
Got an 11.
An 11 is good enough
Oh,
to hit.
that's technically a 12.
Technically, it's
I'm
12.
I'm using the last word, which is my signature weapon.
12 beats it by 4, which means it is a raise, so you get to add a d6 of damage to that normal damage roll.
Excellent. 15 damage.
15 damage. Not only do you shoot straight through, but that first fellow who was coming up, his boot steps coming right through the door, took him right through the brisket, just drops him into the street. He's laying there without.
But his boots are still there.
All you see is his boots.
Smoking.
It's a big gun. It's a big old hog leg. That's
Yeah,
why,
but the boots are still there.
that's why I call it the last word.
Oh, wow, this is a big gun.
I know, I've been trying not to like hold mine too long.
Well,
Sharpie those
Next, we go to the queen. On
it's
initiative.
a queen.
Okay. So no one's actually entered the saloon yet.
No.
No, we've just got smoking boots and a hole in the door.
Correct.
Okay.
But you know, the saloon is those classic only partial doors.
Yeah.
So it's not like you can't look outside at all.
Okay. Well, I assume I was sitting in a certain corner of.
You were kind of sitting so that they would have to come in either through the
Like,
front or the back through
right
your
past
line of
me.
sight.
Okay.
You knew Mr. James was coming for you at one point or another.
So, I'm gonna kind of take after Marshall over here and try to aim at the door in an attempt to clip someone I see.
Give me a shooting test, penalty of 4 for
Okay.
full cover.
So I roll my
Shooting if
It's
you're
a-
going to shoot.
d6, and then
And
plus
add
my
your wild
bonus.
die as well, remember.
Okay, so
Ooh.
6, so that explodes. 5,
11,
so
yeah.
11, so even at the -4, it's still a 7. Still hits. Give me a damage roll.
Okay, so
There's no
that's
raise, so there's no add d6 on it, but it is still a standard damage roll.
8.
8 damage is enough to make him shaken. So both the two guys coming up the front steps are no longer coming up the front steps. One is out of the fight, and the other might get up, might not. We'll see what happens. 10s are the next on the initiative count, and it's reverse alphabetical
I'm
order.
last 10.
I got a spade
You're
over
first.
here. So the guys in the back door are coming in, kicking it open. 2 men step in. One of them fires a shotgun. I'm going to randomize the target.
All right.
Starting on this side of the table, you are the
I
target
am the
of the
biggest target
shotgun.
in
Yes, you
character.
are the biggest person in the room. They fire the shotgun at you.
That's fine. I
But
got
it is a 3, which is not a success. They're a little too quick on the trigger, and most of the pellets go to your left and above you and to the side of you.
I get hit worse than that professionally.
The second one just has a handgun, and he is going to choose to also shoot at you.
That's just fine.
His is a success, but it is barely a success, so there's going to be no additional damage dealt to you.
Alrighty.
Grab the dice here. We're going to go against your toughness of 7 with a damage of 6.
Nope.
It inflicts -1 point of damage to you.
Ow. Actually,
You can't get back.
I think you split assist.
It's more of a graze. Welcome to the world of Savage Worlds.
Just like
pop
pus
your
starts
back a little
coming
bit.
out.
Thank you.
My diamonds is not going to be
Hearts.
next. My heart's over here, so you're going to be next. 2 men have came bursting through the back door.
Cool.
At least 2 are down out front.
Well, I'm gonna pick up a bottle of whiskey, and while I'm drinking it, I'm gonna shoot one.
Which one? Shotgun or pistol?
Shotgun.
Shotgun.
The only way to
With
deal
one hand.
With one hand. I'm showing off. Got a 5.
5 is the success. Give me a damage roll.
9.
9 is enough to make that person shaken. So they may or may not get up.
Like this.
Next is diamonds. So we're going to go to the gentleman in front to see if he's going to recover from his state of shaking.
Do it.
With a 5, he's going to get up, but that's all
Good
he's going to be able to
for him.
accomplish this round.
Oh, that one.
The one you shot is getting to his feet. 10 of clubs is next.
So, in front of the door, adjacent to one another.
From the back door, 2 gentlemen came in. One of them has been shot down. One of them is still standing with a handgun. They both just shot at you.
I'm gonna look at him right in the eyes, and I'm gonna rush him, and I'm gonna drop kick him on principle.
That makes sense.
That's looking like a 6 to hit. against
That's
Terry.
gonna hit him. Give me a damage roll.
I rolled a lower dice than I should have, and I still got it. So I'm gonna
well
take
done.
that. Thank you.
Ooh,
That's
roll
gonna
that die
explode.
again.
We are looking at 13.
That's enough to reach a wounded state, and because he is an extra, that means he is out of the fight.
Yep.
You drop kick him right out the door that he came into. The last in the initiative count we're looking at is a 2 on my end. The 2 is Barrett James himself, who will come striding through the door in the front with a pistol in each hand, opening fire. Randomizing targets. I'm going to be shooting both times again at you, big guy.
All right.
Wow.
Yay, me too.
That's a lot of force.
Yeah, I can take it.
These dice like rolling force.
They do. I'm happy with it. I'm too stubborn to die.
Where were those
Say that
dice in
now.
first edition when I
Right.
played Wizards?
No kidding.
All right, the 2 shooting tests, and because he's a wild card, I'm adding a wild die to one of these shooting tests.
Good for him.
I have a success and a fail.
All right.
So my success
Hit me, wild die.
is going to be 6 points of damage,
Not a bit.
which is still 1 less than the toughness
Not a
of
bit.
Lilac Jack.
Hell yeah.
Wow, is you a tough son of a bitch?
That's about all I'm good at, though.
Being tough.
Well, I did rustle cattle for a few years.
Hand me
Wow,
back
okay,
those
go.
cards. We're going to deal out a new set as the next round of combat begins. Miss Blaylock.
I'll take that. King.
Sounds
Nope.
right to me.
Like
Nope
you can
on
see it.
2. Yes on 2. Nope on 1. Yes on 1.
Nope.
Nope.
I have a feeling this character
Cycling
has a
through.
special ability.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got the edge where if the card is a certain low number, you just don't have to
Here's your
take
last
it.
two.
Anything below a 6, I don't have to take.
Yeah.
Nice.
And for my end, we got Queen of Spades, 9 of Hearts,
But everybody, how'd you do?
and Ace of
I'm a
Diamonds.
king of hearts.
Queen diamonds.
7 of spades.
The Ace of Spades.
Ace of spades.
You are going to be first, it looks like, Marshall.
All right, and we still have how many fellas in here?
There is Mr. Barrett. There is one gentleman who has risen to his feet out front. And that is it at this point.
All
The
right.
shotgun individual may or may not get up. We don't know yet.
Well, the gentleman in the back is going to take one of my bullets. And the other bullet, I'm going to take 2 shots.
All
This
right,
round.
taking the multi-action
Taking
penalty.
the multi-action penalty.
I'm going to give you this bullet.
I'm going to give the first man
Here you go.
the mook his bullet
Merry Christmas.
Very correct.
with my first shot.
All right.
Catch the bullet, put it in your gun. Because it's a musket, apparently. Shoot him back.
Catch a falling bullet, put it in your pocket, save it for a rainy day.
I got a raise on fella in the back,
All right, you definitely hit him
I'm
with an
glad that
extra
landed
dice
for you.
of damage.
and
That's an added d6 on the damage.
indeed I will, sir. I hope that he takes a lot of it. Ooh, maybe he does. So, 15 plus 8, 23.
23 is enough
82.
to make him reach a wounded 3 times, which in Savage World is mortality, and he is shot down.
tell it.
23?
He didn't want to get shot in the eye. He shouldn't have come in here.
He really took your bullet.
Second,
Dead man.
Second target is the gentleman,
Mr. Barrett.
Mr. Barrett, who technically is Miss Marigold Chance's problem and not mine.
Take
However,
it, sweetheart.
as I do want to even up the odds, I will shoot at one of his guns. I don't know what the called shot penalty is, but I am taking it happily.
I just imagine you yelling like, "I'm gonna shoot out one of your guns."
Depends.
Get rid. Oh dear.
You want to spin a Benny?
No. I rolled
Oh.
a 10 and an exploding 6. So the 10.
The 10's going to drop down to a 6, which is still a success. And you will
7 because of the
7. You will so give me a damage roll on the gun itself.
You kill the gun.
The gun is dead.
Oh, only 9.
But AP 4, if I'm correct, right?
You know all
Okay,
that
you
gun armor.
destroy the entirety of one of the guns in his hand, blowing it completely in half, blowing out the cylinder. There's no way that thing is ever going to be functional again. And it was kind of a flashy showpiece too.
Oh, well, hold to my gun.
Probably why it came apart so easily.
Oh, you can keep the handle scales.
All right, my 9 of
Probably
hearts has been
somewhere.
killed, so I'm taking it out of circulation.
Which puts us down to Ace.
Ace of diamonds is Mr. Barrett. With his one remaining gun, now that he's had a chance to survey the room, he's going to shoot the person that stole from him.
Oh, he should keep trying. It's going real well for them.
Yeah, I'm liking the keep shooting him idiot.
I'm gonna get a success, barely, not enough to get a raise, but we're going to do enough to get you nonetheless.
What's your toughness?
And against your
My toughness is
toughness,
5.
I'm going to inflict 10 damage. So that will beat your toughness by 5.
We were
Now
all
at this
shaking.
point, you may spend a Benny and roll a soak die if you wish
Yeah.
to reduce that damage.
10 is a lot.
So you add whatever your vigor die is, you get to roll that now.
Vigor.
It's one of your
It's a
stats.
D6
There it is.
So that amount of damage,
plus your wild die.
and use the better roll. So use the
4.
4. So that means only 1 point actually goes through, which is enough to make you shaken. But that's it. So you
But
are
that's-
shaken, which won't matter until we get to your turn.
That was a lot better.
But that
Down
is
here,
Mr.
bud.
Barrett's
You got
turn.
1.
And I believe we had a King of Hearts over here. Putting
Yeah.
you next.
So, I don't know who this guy is. I mean,
Right.
we're just in this gunfight, right?
I
But
barely.
I just put my gun away.
They did try and shoot me 4 times.
they did try and shoot you 4 times, and it took us 8 days to get here, so I don't probably completely hate you. Also, I really want to get the son of a bitch who killed my husband. You told me we got to make a team. We clearly need this lady to make the team.
And we're about to find out why.
We're about to
if
find,
she gets a turn.
right? So I'm going to shoot the guy's ear off.
Ooh.
Give me a called shot. Fire away.
What's the penalty for a called shot?
The penalty is going to be 4 on a called shot.
Woo! All right. Okay, -4. Well, I mean, that's technically... Oh, no, not with a -4. I'm using a Benny.
Oh, it's only 2 for you because of steady hands.
Right, but it still wouldn't be a success.
No, it would not be a success. You could use a Benny and re-roll it.
I don't think it's worth it.
You
You're
could
still
totally
gonna
use a Benny and re-roll it.
Yeah, I know I could use a Benny, mister.
You could, in
But I
fact, use a
also
Benny
realized,
and re-roll it.
remembered I only have 2 because I'm a bad person.
No, you have bad luck. There's a difference.
I hope there's a difference.
Come see, come see.
It was a warning shot. It was a warning shot. I'm not spending a Benny on shooting someone's ear off.
All right, not spending a Benny on something. So the next after King, we go to Queens. I have spades. So the one fellow is going to try and see if he gets up.
Shotgun.
He does not.
Shotgun guy does not get up.
He's out of the fight. Now, you are also shaken, so I need a spirit test from you to see if you get back up.
She'll be fine.
Yeah, well,
You got this.
Make sure to add your wild die, of course. Roll your wild die in addition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. She rolled a 12 on her D12.
I
Roll
took
the
a
12.
shot. First myself
Roll that
up.
12 again, because raises do matter on these tests.
She's
Well,
about
she
to kick
easily got a raise. She rolled 13,
yeah,
but
13,
She
that's enough
kicks
to
us.
get
Just
2
fucking
raises.
like-
So you completely negate that point of damage that was just done to you. And because you got a raise, you can act instead of just overcoming shaken.
Shot of whiskey, brush yourself off. We're good.
Do your thing.
Yeah.
All right. So
Smile.
It's on you.
correct me if this isn't how this is supposed to work.
Do it.
Smite with my hold out.
Yep, totally possible. It just
Really?
yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Give me a psionics test for smite.
gun.
Okay, so
Magic
what
gun?
was it? Science.
That's
Okay.
why we
It's a
need her.
D12. You,
And
Yeah.
again, make sure you
Magic
include your
gun.
wild die.
Yeah.
And it's a D12 plus 1, right?
yeah.
Okay,
No.
so
For your whatever your
So it's a
psionic
9.
skill is.
9.
9, that's going to be a raise. So whatever it says for smite for the effect of getting a raise is, you just achieved.
I think it's like another D6 on it.
Not to start
Pretty
fights.
So what's it going to give you
But I'm
for a
much better at
raise with
taking
smite?
things off of people who aren't gonna wake up if you poke them. They don't have to be dead. They just have to be unconscious severely, probably with
Bullets.
a concussion at least.
I don't know why I'm not finding it.
It's kind of
Oh,
a
here.
specialty
There it is.
concussions.
Okay.
That's what I'm good
it
at.
is a weapon's damage is increased by +2 or +4 with a raise. So
So
+4.
plus 4 to damage with the raise. So you're going to roll a shooting test next.
Okay.
Try and hit them.
2, 3, yeah.
3 won't be a
Yes,
success.
this, I'd use Benny.
I'm gonna use it for this.
All right. Damn that.
Yeah, I built you so mostly you're gonna want to hit people with stuff that's not a gun.
Okay. I didn't know how the power worked. I thought
It's
it'd be
okay.
cool.
No, I
It
think
is,
it's
it's
cool.
super cool.
It is.
But
Ooh.
the dice are not in your favor today.
No.
Dice are not in your favor today. That shot is going to miss.
that's all right. You missed. Fine.
A little shaky on the draw. there.
That puts us to a 7.
Is it all right if I do this?
Be my guest.
Thank you.
Sit back
get
down
him.
and continue drinking.
Won't get him.
Get
I'll figure out how I try to get him if I succeed.
Fair enough.
Don't need to waste my exposition on failure.
Just talk to them while you're here. You know? Like, hey, I really
You
need you.
rush
to
him.
rolled out. Yeah, I'm gonna rush him. I'm gonna sweep those legs. And there's a table.
that
Boy,
a-
howdy, there's bar tables
What
all
you got
around
there?
here.
Is that an 8?
It's gonna be an 8 to hit.
All right,
Use
that's
a
a
space
success. It
rush
is
him.
not a raise, however, because his parry score is a 6.
I played Space Russians before. All right, yeah, I'm gonna try and sweep his legs and see if I can get him to knock his head on a table. Again, concussions are my specialty.
Rubbing them under your arm?
That's gonna be a 10 on damage.
10 on damage. I'm going to go ahead and spend a Benny to get a soak roll for him.
Go for it.
And that's going to be enough to make him not shaken. So we're not going to take any effect from that hit. The guy can take a punch.
All right.
I'll take any of those cards that are out there,
Not as good as I can.
and we'll go into the next round. Nope. Yep.
All right.
Son of a bitch.
All right, who's got what?
I got a 9.
I got a king of clubs over here for the bad guys.
You got a 9?
And 9.
4 of hearts.
Now it's an 8 of
All
spades.
right, I will take that instead.
And there's your 6 of clubs back. 'cause that's
All
not-
right.
I think
Anybody beat a king?
No, sir.
I think I'm your
All
Space
right.
Cowboy Huskar.
I'm gonna take the multi-action
Clearly.
penalty, and I'm gonna shoot twice. I'm gonna get the wild die on the first one. Once at you, and then once more at you.
I am right in their grill.
Reroll that. That'll miss. And a success on yourself, even with the 2-point penalty for multi-action. But we're not going to inflict more than 4 points of damage, which is less than your toughness. So you're not going to need to make a soak roll on that one. Who's after a king?
Jack.
Sounds like a
Jack is next.
Indeed.
All right.
Lay on.
The door that he came through was the back door or the front
He
door?
came through the front,
He came through the front door, which leads to where?
right out in the street.
Right out in the street. But the door isn't all the way open now?
It's got a couple of holes in it. One of them, the door's kind of hanging on its hinges.
All right. Cool. Well, if it's hanging on its hinges, I'm going to take my actions to, I'm going to shoot the other hinges so the door falls down, and I'm going to say, chuck him!
All right, give me a shooting test to shoot the door hinges.
For reference, Lilac Jack thinks you're talking to him. Oh, yeah, I'll get him.
Mm-hmm. She knows who I'm talking to.
Good for her.
Unfortunately.
Oh, dear.
Bang.
Okay. Huh? 11. Bang!
Hey!
That is most certainly a success and blows the door right off its hinges.
Oh, yeah, with the AP, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Completely blown off.
10 door damage?
Mm-hmm. Who is next?
She is.
Is me. So, telekinesis, I think is what we're going for.
We're going with some telekinesis. Will you give me a psionics roll over there?
Okay, that's
Make sure to do your wild die over there.
Yeah!
that exploded.
There.
Yeah, so...
That whispering worked.
It must have. Okay, so...
And it's against him, so it'll be a total of 12.
12.
And then my psionics is plus 1.
So you're going to get a
So,
12.
Yes. Oh,
So
yes.
12 is going to be a raise. So that puts your limit at how many pounds? Was it 600?
It's
I think
treating
the
her
way
spirit as her
half
strength.
is-
Yeah, we did the math beforehand. 600
Yeah.
pounds is her limit with the raise.
Yeah. Well, she will have no problem with this.
He's
What-
about 165, so
Can I put like the full 600 force into it?
absolutely you can. What are you doing to this guy with your
I didn't realize you wanted to crush this man's
your
sternum.
telekinesis here?
Well, I just opened the door for her. So.
I'm letting her guide us through here. What are we doing here?
So I'm thinking I saw my opening and the action of tipping up the shot into the ceiling and scrape out through the door.
All right, your psionics test was a success. So for what it does on telekinesis, it uses your spirit dice to determine damage.
Okay. So that's a D12 and then my wild.
Correct.
Okay.
And then add a D6 because you got a raise.
Spend a Benny right now.
You spend a penny on that
Spend
guys.
spend a damn Benny right now.
Reroll those damage dice.
Now, you have a nice long talk with them real quick, and then you're allowed to roll them again.
I got double ones.
Reroll those damage
We're
dice
rerolling
and add a D6 for getting the raise.
Kiss him. Do something.
I need some ritual here.
There we go. This is good. This is good.
See, your problem
is
is your
better.
superstitions.
Ow.
All my superstitions are friendly.
What's the total over there?
5
5.
on 3 dice.
2 twos and a 1.
It is
And
still
one was a D12.
equal to his toughness, so he is shaken as he hits the street. Face first.
Oh jeez. Yep.
And he uses his moment while you're inside to dust himself off and cheese it. Because he's not taking on 4 guys with 1 gun and his gang dead.
I mean, I have to try and chase
Yeah,
him.
I
I fully accept I might not be able to catch up, but I do have to try.
By the time you're out the door, he's gone.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Now, unlike my man Jack over here, I'm not a mathematician of any kind. However,
I'll dabble.
I believe there's 2 you owe us now.
You may count like that. I use a different method of sums. It's new math.
Well, I am a mathematician, and you do owe us 2 now. It's written right down on my character sheet. I know astrophysics.
He is an astrophysicist.
He is an astrophysicist.
What?
Yes.
You know, this wasn't my chosen career path.
I have a feeling a lot
You
of
don't
us
go
are
to
not
school to
where we
knock dudes in the
wanted to
head.
be.
I went to Space Harvard.
What
Then I gotta-
exactly do you want from me?
Well, I need a psychic. Specifically, I need a psychic that does not belong to any particular orders of valiant space knights who will do a job for me.
I used to. Does that count?
No.
Nope. Sure don't. I'm going
What do
after Elon Baxter. Reckon man
Isn't he-
killed about half your order all by himself.
Right. The way I see it is, you can come with us and try to help us kill this son bitch, or we can just kill you right now.
I guess we could.
Well, I wouldn't.
She
go
just threw a guy
that
across the
far.
street with her brain.
I'm very
I'm not gonna take that chance necessarily, but
Now, what
I would.
exactly was
betting
your
on.
plan? Although, I do assume you don't have one.
I've got a plan. Need a couple more for it. But if I have you, and I have him, and we have our guns, we'll have everything we need.
Well, it does appear you have guns, and by the amount of blows you shrugged off that last round, I assume
I'll be
you're up for
alright.
this too.
Oh, that's not what I need him for. That's just a icing on the cake.
I don't
Professional punching
even
bag.
need or want to know why you have him then.
Well, he is the only astrophysicist that does not need a computer.
That's true.
I won't need to plug in navigational coordinates to where we're going, since no astrocomputer will take us there.
I got big fingers.
But if I have a guy that can put in the numbers manually, well, we can go in undetected.
All right. Just let me fill up my flask and shut up.
I got a fully stocked bar. I knew we were picking you up.
Speaking of stocking things,
Let me grab my things. I'll be right out.
You want? I'm gonna poke around
Your
these
things
unconscious
consist of
fellas.
the bottle that's on the table.
Yeah, just like
Yeah, I'm gonna
And,
loot
like,
all the
the-
bodies.
the occasional coin that someone threw.
We're grabbing all the
There you
stuff.
Back on board the ship a short time later. It's quite a few days of traveling towards where you're headed to next. And while we're traveling on the ship and you're spending time getting to know each other, we're going to do a wonderful little part of the Savage Worlds rules called an
Yeah.
interlude. This is rather unique to the Savage Worlds game system. Now, in an interlude, we're going to learn something about these characters, something about their past, their history, maybe their interaction with each other. It could be any number of things. And just like Initiative, this lovely deck of cards is going to help us determine how these things go. So, for yourself, we're going to have hearts. You're going to want to tell us a story of love. Lost, found, waiting on you, whatever, but you're going to want to tell us a story about love for Lilac Jack. For the Marshal, tragedy.
Ooh.
We need
All
a
the good
story
ones are.
of tragedy. Likewise, from yourself, a tragic story, please.
Real downer ship.
And then, for the widow, let's hear one of desire, something you want more than anything.
You got an
Go
order?
ahead and volunteer if you would like to go first. Otherwise, I will select one of you.
Let's see. What do we do on numbers?
I got a
highest to
9.
lowest? Or?
And we
You
can
can do that.
initiative order.
You can
I'm highest.
absolutely do highest to lowest or lowest to highest. however you
Desire?
do it.
Doesn't matter what kind of desire.
No, these are just very broad categories, but tell us something about your character. Make up a story for us.
No pressure, guys. It's like rule of cool when you have to go first. Story of desire.
And before you begin it, tell us, is this something that you're telling to everyone while you're traveling? Was this a private moment with you and one of the other characters? How did this go down when you told your story?
I don't think it's gonna be a private moment with Mr. Primrose
Pendleton.
Pendleton.
Call somebody by their middle name, you can get shot.
Well, Rosie. I've been I've been imagining this day and this moment for, did we say it was 10 years ago?
It's been 10 years since
10
you lost your
yeah.
husband.
For 10 years, and I have only one desire, and I don't care what anyone on this ship thinks, but I am the one who gets to turn out his light. I'm the one that gets to do the final shot, because it's my desire to see all of his guts on the floor and his brains on the back of the wall just splattered everywhere. And then I'm going to take it and I'm going to cook him up and I'm going to feed him to my cattle.
I would not eat that beef.
You don't have to.
That is intense.
But that is my desire, is to see the to see the insides of this man ripped open by my own hands.
And is that your story?
Yes.
All right. Miss Tua Blaylock has tell her story. Who's next?
Let's see, what do we got? I got a jack.
We got 9s of clubs and hearts. So
Jack's next?
Jack's next.
Jack, then me.
All right, story of tragedy.
A story of tragedy.
All right, I'm gonna tell the story about how I lost my partner. And this is something that I tell old Lilac Jack and Marigold Chance.
May I preface this by asking if you tell them who your partner was in relation?
Yeah, that's why I don't tell the story in front of Mrs. Blaylock. See, John Blaylock, her ex-husband, former husband, dead husband, was my partner. We caught all manner of nasty folks together, and it was a certain fugitive who had done some wrong. Nothing too bad, you would say. He was a younger criminal back then, before he really rose to prominence and became the untouchable bastard he is, by the name of Elon Baxter. Not a heavy hitter, but he was known to be sadistic at best. I was running the ground game on that particular operation, meaning I was there as a liaison and communicator to the man who went undercover to get into his burgeoning organization, John, who hadn't been with the Marshals as long as I had and could pass as a much younger, less famous person than I was at that time. We had worked together for a couple of years and didn't think anything of sending him in. He was very competent, hell of a gun, good brain. Got the call that he needed 10 minutes. He was inside a warehouse doing a meeting, seeing if he could get on with his crew. Just rob a train. Simple job. He was supposed to pose as the demolitions guy. Never heard back from him. Went in and checked the warehouse about an hour later, and he was sitting there up against a corner, guts out every place, brains splattered on the back wall. There's a note to me. And, well, and there was another note to a Mrs. Pig. I never gave the note.
You read it?
You still have it?
Yeah, I keep it.
Maybe you should when this is all done with.
Well, she's angry enough. She saw the picture she demanded to see the pictures that we had to take for the crime scene later on.
Maybe you're right.
Made her bitter. Made her mean.
Life does that.
Yeah.
Death does it even worse.
You know, I got.
Oh, it was the first partner I ever lost.
I'm just gonna touch base real quick. Are you done with your little bit?
Yep.
Cool, I'm gonna bust in. Same scene. Sitting around the table with the two. Oh, I got
Aww. Thank you.
No, I got something I'd like to take care of when this is all done. There's a fella I met a while back. Name's Harris. We met in that damn bar you pulled me out of. He was coming through town. His handlers called him something like a indentured combatant. Threw him in the ring with me. First fight I had in a long time where there were no holds barred, and yeah, it was the only person I could find that could keep up with me. Ended up in a standstill. We were both on the ground. We went back to the locker rooms to patch ourselves up, and But we started talking. Had a lot in common. He got stuck in that business same way I did. Felonies. He left. I don't know where he is, but I'm hoping when this business is all done, I can find him. Maybe buy out the rest of his contract. Tulip seems like she found a nice planet. Start a ranch a few miles away, I don't know.
I did. John swore he won that place in a bet.
John sounds like he's full of shit.
John was full of shit.
Long rest his soul, I guess. I don't know, I just hope we can all get some kind of closure out of this.
Well, you got a stake. Take the ship wherever you want.
I will. Find the son of a bitch that owns my husband, I'll get him out of there. I think I've taken up enough of your time, I'm sorry.
Well,
I'll be sorry.
Go find the liquor cabinet.
since we're all sharing sob stories and I'm a little drunk, might as well share why I don't really want to be here.
Oh.
A couple years back, before I got completely jaded, I was helping a family. Thought I could continue the work I did before They hired me pretty cheap, cute couple, new baby. They wanted to set up their own place, away from the bad shit that happens out there. I told them I'd help them for a little coin and place to sleep for a few nights, and traveling companions. It's hard to come by. Apparently the husband got in something bad, something about gambling debts, using the money he needed to get away or something. But they found him, and I was in a position where I could have done something. I could have gotten myself back, but I thought at him, and I couldn't shake this guy. And I froze. And I wasn't able to do what I needed to do. And I'm damaged. I'm not looking for redemption. I just want to strike this favor off so you never come for me again. And the booze. There's booze in this too.
I promise. After this, I won't ever come for you again.
I'd appreciate that, because if you did, I'm killing them for sight.
That is one promise I am sure that I can keep.
It's the one drunken promise from me that I will keep.
Well done, everyone.
Yay!
Hey, and as a surprise component to interlude that I didn't say before the beginning because I didn't want to make it competitive is somebody gets experience points from the interlude. Now, usually this is selected by the players at the table, but hey, since there's a mod in there, if you want to run a poll to see whose interlude story was better, you're more than likely to. It's not necessarily about whose is better, but which one appealed to you most, who deserves the experience for the story. It's not about who is better, it's not about any of those things.
Whatever, it's a competition.
But which character you feel deserves experience points for their story.
I think we should fight for it.
Maximus response is ... Oh boy. Oh
And
wow.
while you're doing that, we will continue on here. It's about 8 days traveling through hyperspace before the ship breaks out of it, and you find yourself in the Carson system, which is home to just one occupied planet containing one facility on board. Flagstone Penitentiary.
Well, here we are.
He's in a penitentiary.
No, but the next guy we need is.
Oh, gee, we're getting more people.
So we're doing a jailbreak.
Well, I wouldn't call it 100% a jailbreak.
I could use a good jailbreak.
Oh,
What percentage would you call it? Not 100% jailbreak. Like, what is it? Like 95?
because if
70?
it's over 60, I'm out.
What do you got against doing a
59% jailbreak.
jailbreak?
59%.
And frankly, I need you to get past the first wave, so.
Well, I'm already here. We already talked. I'll help.
Plus, you already drank half my bar.
And it was a good half.
It was the good half. Just remember, you're going to be drinking cheap liquor for the next 8 days.
I needed a step stool for most of that.
That's why I put it up high.
Why was there step stool?
Don't she got telekinesis?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, she could just
I
make
just-
him come right
Yeah,
down.
exactly.
All right, I don't
Okay.
see too many more voting going on. If we don't get any more votes pretty soon, let's close that poll.
So, jailbreak. Sure, I could rally myself for that.
Jailbreak. Jailbreak.
All right. Okay, we've got a tie.
Ethan and Madeline.
So Ethan and Madeline both receive 5 experience points. Go
Hell
ahead and write that
yeah.
on the very top of your sheet. We'll get to those in the next session. And we'll also get to Flagstone Penitentiary in our next session.
Yay!
Thank you for joining us for part 1 of our space opera called The Good. Stay tuned for next week on Thursday when we do The Bad.
You on there?
As always, this has been ZOE Game Night. We thank you for joining us. You should check out Metaverse on Monday.
Yeah. Metaverse
Yeah,
on
you-
Monday.
yeah, you
Table
should.
takes on Friday.
Table
Table
Takes
Takes tomorrow.
Friday.
I'm gonna take a picture of this.
There's rumblings of other secrets and shows and projects and all kinds of things coming about. Tell your friends, friends. The more people watching, the more people playing, and the more people subscribing means the
Thank
more
you.
shows we can bring to you.
And
Thank you.
also, don't forget that if there's a particular thing you'd like to see on any given ZOE game night, if we have the game, we would love to give it a try.
One of us
So
will run it.
send us some suggestions, and barring that, send us a game.
Oh, yep, Paxton Run is 9/2, the 2nd, this coming Monday. There is not Metaverse, but 9/9 Metaverse will be returning. I don't want to subject any of my cast to the 3-hour plus commute of attempting to drive on Labor Day and get to the studio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just walk it.
All right, well, we'll see you next time. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Bye now.